Well, there she is. I'm just getting her preheated. Unfortunately not for a ride out, for obvious legal / illegal reasons. So she's only done 3,068 miles. I was just having a look in the service book there, and as you can see, on the 8th of October 2018 she only had 3,054 on her. So 14 miles she's done since then, and we're now on the 2nd of January 2022. So I'm definitely changing the oil. It's old oil, doesn't last forever, and oil for bikes is pretty cheap in my opinion. Don't use car oil, use bike oil. Notice I've got a little puddle gathering round this side as she's heating up. Or a big puddle. Oh, coming for the exhaust. I'll actually keep an eye on that. I was thinking at first it's because this sticker's here. It made me think that it had a Leo Vince can on it, and they've took it off when they've sold the bike or traded in the bike or whatever. So that could be a loose for that reason. It's just not been put on tight enough. So I'm going to do some chain maintenance on this. I've got it on my DIY roller that I made up a while back. It's done its job actually. It's not too bad. You just spin the wheel forwards. I'll maybe just show you a demo in a sec. I'm waiting on a paddock stand coming, so a bad time to order it between Christmas and New Year because it's not here yet, and it's a Sunday, so. So basically I do this. And that turns the chain without moving the bike. And then it's the old kerosene. And a little, what's a lid off an aerosol I'm using. Just brush it on just with a regular paintbrush. Cheap paintbrush, mate, that. It's none of your £5 paintbrushes. £5 for a pack, maybe a 5 or 6. The boring bit is, I know. If the light's picking that up. This is the dirty part. And it gets cleaner as it goes along that way. So I've taken these two bolts out here. I've never actually cleaned in here since I got it at first. But you get like quite a lot of build up of throw off in here, so that all needs scraped out with a screwdriver or something similar, and I'll get the kerosene in there as well. I've always got plenty of kerosene in here. Get 200 litre barrels of it, so if anybody local needs any kerosene, there's always a gallon going if you want any. So that's the chain all clean. Let's give it a final wipe down with a bit of blue roll. a little tiny bit of dirt off it. Then I've got this that I use. It's good stuff. What I do with this is I spray it into a little lid like this, then I'll brush it on, but not with this brush. I actually need to go and buy brushes. That was my last brush, I've just realised. So I need to adjust this a little. It's just tapping the tyre and no more. So I normally adjust it to just about 5mm off the tyre. There's a certain way you do it up and down, but I prefer my own method. So I've just got these adjusters to adjust as well, but I won't bore you with that. So back with a little brush. Spray some chain wax into the lid, as I said. Just brush it on and spread it about. I wouldn't normally use my bike after doing this for 4 to 6 hours maybe, and it sort of lets it set. It sets like a firm wax, which reduces fling obviously. So that's an easy piece of maintenance. So my little personalisation, modifications, upgrades, whatever you want to call them, have started landing. Oops. Got this side stand, extension, Bigfoot with the CB logo on it in anodised red metal. I've actually glued the base of that on down to my RNG one that's on my MT. It's very loose and I've had it on and off a few times and it's a pain in the ass. I've done something else on this, oh yeah. Some valve caps with the CB500F on it. I don't know if that'll pick that up, I think it is. Front and back obviously. And I've got this little cover to put on. I went with the blue for this, to tie in with the blue on these. So it's a little brake reservoir cover, so that'll go on there. Looks quite cool actually. Another thing I want to ask you is if you could answer this for me. These screws for the front shocks, I noticed the slot on this screw here is almost vertical, whereas this one here is not. Try and get the two of them on shot at the one time. It's an awkward angle and this cable's in the road. So in my opinion, should they not both be at the same sort of angle? Somebody could answer that for me, I'd appreciate that, cheers. So let's try and figure out how to get the oil out of this. I don't actually have an oil filter for it yet. I'm waiting on it coming. I'm hoping it comes either tomorrow or Tuesday, so I can drain the oil out anyway in the meantime. You can see the oil filter is right there, so that's easy. Just put a cover or something over the down pipes, header pipes, whatever you want to call them. Stop the oil going all over them when I pull it off. I imagine the plug is under this part somewhere. But I'll get into that in a mo. So there we go, we've got the oil catch tray in place. Take this off. Oops. Just drop it, why don't we? That was actually tight as hell. So if you look at that oil cap there, It's a little bit funky looking. So 12mm socket. The sump plug is pointing backwards. Well, that's her all set for the oil filter. When it arrives, it's actually a K&N one I've ordered. Solely down to I could get that quicker than any other one, despite it being twice the price. There's a little cup of the oil that's come out it. It's not jet black, which has always been the case when I've changed oil. So I'm leaving this little sample here to let my dad see what he thinks. But in my opinion, it's just used oil that's not very used, down to the very few miles that have been put on the bike since. So I've poured the oil tray, the oil catch tray, into this jug, so I can see how much it holds, because sometimes the books are just not precise enough. So that's just above 2.5 litres, plus the filter still to come off it, so I'm guessing maybe just a shade under 3 litres. Coincidentally, 1, 2, just a shade under 3 litres. That's all I've got, so I'll probably grab another one of these. It's about 20 quid. In fact, I think it's about £17 for this from Euro Car Parts a while back. So I'll get that on once it arrives. So here we go, I've got the oil filter at last. I rushed away up here during the holidays with this little box, which I assumed was the oil filter. I'm like, that's good, I can finally get the oil in this bike after it been sitting for a few days with none in it, and the oil filter and everything else off. And it wasn't, it was something else I'd ordered on eBay. So that was a pain in the butt. So I have now got this in my hand, almost. Although I did think, fragile, please handle with care. I thought an oil filter, goodness, not taking any chances there. It's actually got Honda Africa Twin written on it, but I guess this oil filter fits loads of different Hondas. It's a KN, what's it, 204? KN 204. So yeah, looks the same. Looks the same. I'll obviously double check the thread's the same. So happy to crack on with this. It's been over a week. So that's me topped the oil up. The filler cap is here, which I thought was a dipstick, but there's no dipstick on it, so that baffled me at first. But then I realised there's a sight glass, which is a little round circle of glass on the side of the casing. So you put the bike in the upright position. The oil will sit between the upper and lower lines. So it's sitting between them at the minute, but I might be putting a couple of 100ml in it. But I'm going to start it and let it idle for about 3 minutes. And then I'll check it again. So there we go, I'll let it run for 3 or 4 minutes probably. Suck to temperature, I'm assuming. Feels warmish. Oh god, that is warm. Oh, that's good in the cold hands. That was easy. I'll just need to top up the oil if it needs it. I'll show you the filter once it's on. And it just sits in there. I've had lots of these in the past, these K&N oil filters, as well as air filters, but you can't see them normally. So it's unusual you can see this. There's the little sight gauge there, that little hole. Well, that's me put all the oil I had in it. So hopefully the lens is picking up the oil level, because I can't see it from this angle. And that should be me good to go when the time comes, that is. Well, cheers for watching, folks, and cheers for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you do, or dislike if you don't. There's a good backlog there in my videos now. I've got about 50 motorcycle videos, motorcycle related videos, as well as all my fish, car, skate park stuff in the back burner from back in the days. We'll take it easy. Cheers. Peace out.